Invictus Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Invictus
Faceless Void.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some more action of the Chinese qualifiers for TI6. We are now into the playoffs, and we have got here Vici Gaming Reborn versus VG. I'm Eddie Pixel. I'm joined by Andy. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. It's been a long time coming. We've been kind of on a bit of a hiatus. You know, we've been in different parts of the world, but now we're back together. And what
it
a place
feels
to do it.
so good.
It does. I hope it does. I'll be upset if you say anything else. But we're here with some top-class Chinese action. Vici, Reborn, IG. If you've been following the group stages, there's been a lot of action in China. And these two obviously didn't make top spot going to Wings, who beat out eHome in a tiebreaker yesterday. But we have in the playoffs, and we can expect to see a lot of exciting action indeed. Andy, you were considering some China stages as well.
Yeah, I did catch a little bit.
On some games, yeah.
I didn't catch any IG games, but we did have a chance to see a little bit of them on the multicast stream I was doing panel the other day.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, both teams, they were 6th into the group, I think, and then they played some tiebreakers like we were talking about a bit before we came live. And honestly, I would actually say that this match, to me, might be one of the closer matches that we're going to have, just because they both have a very similar style, and Achi even going far as to pull out crazy stuff like where they pick like Viper Dro and go for 16-minute high ground. Didn't you catch that game?
Dro 16.
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
it IG who played that game?
Oh no, I did do that. I did that. There's been a few Wills I did a Drow game.
Okay.
I don't think I caught the IG Drow game.
And speaking of, it's still in the pool, so I mean, it was a little bit weird to me because one of the biggest changes from region to region was the fact that Dro was being very heavily prioritized like the first 2 events, and we saw like
in China?
4 or 5 games. Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday in the tiebreak, but it's eHome versus Wings, first ban Drow Ranger, straight out. You don't want Wings to have that, especially in, I guess, more so in one game series. Now we might see some different because now best of 3s, so you're maybe a little less worried about that kind of stuff. But obviously, best power material now, Terrorblade, he is right up there. Certainly, he's had such an incredible rise over kind of the last few kind of lands and such, and he's up there, him, and also another hero that I'm surprised we haven't seen yet, Elder Titan. I'd say he's also kind of the similar tier.
I mean, he is being played a little bit, but I think in the European region, at least, the answer often to Elder Titan has been Dazzle.
Okay.
So you have like the natural order, right? Which is all your base armor.
You don't.
Then you don't necessarily have to worry about buying like the 80, the Plaids, all these other armor items and whatnot. So it's been even so highly prioritized. Yeah, there's the Dro ban. But we've even been in Europe, people are first ban on Dazzle just because they want to open a T. It helps so much not have that here in the pool. So in a lot of ways, I think it's just people are adapting constantly. You know, we talk about how turns always evolve their own meta, if you want to call it that, and they're finding ways to beat heroes that are being picked as the tournament keeps rolling out. And I don't really think this is much of an exception. The only difference, I think, between these qualifiers and some of the tournaments that we've been seeing is there's a lot less focus nowadays on how much roaming you can really get done in the first like 10 to 15 minutes, much as it is having one hero who can move around and then trying to play almost as you possibly can what they're for. Yeah. So, say for example, on the qualifiers by saying a Ricky, maybe a bounty hunter here and there, but it wasn't really working much because teams were doing these really strong static laning phases, and the Ricky just couldn't do enough to punish. Or either that, or you're opening up with the Ricky too early, and then all of a sudden they know what they're dealing with and they just counter it. So now it's more of an emphasis on strong laners, get some decent initiation, pick strong supports, and you just farm until you're ready to either push fight.
We'll see how Vici Gaming Reborn are gonna indeed do in terms of the draft when we go for that those kind of play styles. They're on the third pick now, following through with that and the Venge. The bans as well, and I guess nothing too surprising. A Slug is going to come out now. So I do have three picks to deal with, and maybe also with the Slug, just maybe at this point taken away from IG as well, because they've already got the Oracle, and Slug Oracle can be a very strong combo. So Spirit, a hero that used to be kind of prioritized straight away in a lot of regions, first bans, first picks. IG able to get it through as third. So far for both teams getting through with the draft that they wanted. It was kind of forced out of their comfort zone.
I don't really think that IG or Vici are going to pull any too crazy out, but at the same time, both lineups have their. I do kind of like Vici are running it because they have the Night Vision hero with the Slark, have the Bat Rider combination to follow that up, and already having Venge to counter the first pick Faceless Void. Normally when you have Faceless Void versus a Slark, there's a lot of follow-up damage that can be thrown inside of the crosshair. You know, you think of like Invoker, for example, XR Appetite is also another great that this is both certainly a pick. You can still run offlane T if you're Invictus game at this point, so I'm assuming that's more what they're worried. ET Ursa cross combination is just sting, and it's also something very good push it. VG Gaming are really looking at pushing super hard. It's just able to be annoying and delay, and plus is a dire team. So Elder also one of the best heroes stopping Roche attempts as well. He's just all around a ridiculously good hero, and we've been seeing a heck of a lot of him because of that. And IG now gonna have to figure out what they're going to do in response. And I'm just liking VG Gaming Reborn's lineup more and more here. Yeah.
Elder Time, I've said it pretty much every other cast with him. Like this hero plays games. Yeah. He, in my eyes, he's such a good hero. The countless times that you just see a Spirit thrown out to someone, then one of them walks in, tickles. It's ridiculous how much it does. It really is with the right kind of synergy. IG with a hero that a lot of teams are just not picking anymore. Phantom Lance are coming through. I guess in a sense, you look at VG Gaming's Reborn's lineup, they've not got a lot of catch for this PL. Doppelganger is going to be brilliant this game.
Yeah, Lasso is pretty much the only thing. And you have Oracle already against the Bat Rider, so you can always just use the False Promise to ensure that Lasso is not going to pull him too far out of position. IG currently have, I would say, better counter initiators, just because Void is so good at just halting the aggression in the team fight. And not to mention, right now, on paper, very good against Lark. The only scare that he's going to have is Titan. That's his only concern is, alright, I'm not going to have any base armor or anything like that, and against a lot of heroes like Morphling, for example, which we do see banned out, or Terrorblade, this is an illusion-based hero, so it's not as if you're always going to be taking damage, even if you are affected by natural order, because you have like Doppelganger to confuse the enemy and whatnot, and you can use it as an escape mechanism to ensure that you're not just getting heavily focused. So still a strong pick coming in from IG. My question now is it a PL, or are they going to pick something else for Ferrari? Because I don't know if that's his hero, and if that's the case, we're just going to likely be seeing the Autumn Void and playing PL.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what it does get.
Oh, they banned Queen, so they definitely think Ferrari's here next.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, Joker's good, Marana, yeah. Marana's really strong as well.
Now, Marana, that's the hero that the Chinese region still love, whereas other regions seem to kind of, you know, they don't really do it as much. A lot of teams just don't feel that Marana is the hero of the meta, but a lot of Chinese have had a lot of success with it, especially in this land.
It's just so much damage.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part about it. Once you get the Aghanims, the Blink Dagger, seeing some games even going to the Ghost Scepter and Dagon, like there's been so many crazy ults on the hero. It's sort of just insane amount of AoE burst. It's kind of similar to having an Invoker, but safer in the lane, because you can obviously blink away and things like that. And looks like Vici Gaming Reborn going for the last pick Brood.
The young Brood.
Really good Brood.
And I don't know if you knew this yourself, but Blaze was telling me, I wasn't aware, but Yang, of course, incredible MMR. He's 8.5k, 5th highest in the world, and highest in the region.
And China,
8.5k Brood.
That's like 15k Europe.
Absolutely. This is... You gotta be a bit scared, Yang's slipping through the Brood and stuff. Yeah, and lane-wise as well. So yeah, Mechanic Rider. Could have been Yang was play, and then they just saw the opening for the Brood, so they just said, right, we have to take the bat by the mid.
There is one minor concern though. Is Yang? He can get shut down pretty heavily by Ferrari's Aghanims. So you walk around, see the spiders, you kill them instantly. Like there's if you go into Blink Dagger and then leap away, all the spiders die 100%. So there is kind of this mini timing on Yang to make sure you get to the laning phase. Like you want to shut down the PL lane really hard. It's not as if Oracle and Earth Spirit are really good against it in general, unless you just carry a massive amount of dust and can catch them in the first few levels.
Here we have it. Let's just see what happens as this one goes. One thing I just want to know if the draft that lights was if they pick Mariah, may or just make sure the VG.R able to get it, because Mariah and Old Knight Nora, that's ridiculous. You throw the spray and you blink in and bam! Huge amounts of burst damage. It's absolutely devastating right up to the end of the game. Just going to quickly for these 15 denies. Probably sure, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but there was smoke kills. I'm gonna go there. This was glitched out before, where it was giving smoke kills when there was no smoke shoot. I'm at 13 plus.
Holy
Time of first barracks destruction. Almost pushing.
20 to 30.
I was 30 to 40. Use 20 to 30.
I think 20 to 30.
I'm going 30 to 40. You can be prepared to be wrong. Aegis Snatch. I've got to go with the chance of just no. Probability wise, it's less likely to happen. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, as well, links to follow on. You can get yourself signed. Should be able to hear us as well if we've got the audio set up all correct. I hope you guys in game can hear us for this. So anyway. Not intended at the top, but this is a best of 3. Looks like the lobby was set wrong, so apologies for that one. And this is game 1 of the best of 3 between Vici Gaming, Reborn, and IG. As we looked at this before in group stages, as we noticed, both teams finished the same score, didn't they?
Yeah, 6 and 3.
6 and 3 for both teams, so equal level of skill from both these sides. And
I shouldn't know what the head was, because they obviously had to have played each other before. I don't remember. I can just
check it. Yeah, have a look at stats. See what happens in 1v1. Reborn.
Vici versus.
There was in the middle. Vici Gaming Reborn won last.
Yeah.
Okay. And to be fair, even though the score's similar, for me personally, from what I've seen, I probably would put Vici Gaming Reborn as the stronger side.
Yeah, I think that they've had more convincing victories. If you want to say it that way, but already Reborn making a I suppose they're getting the right lane play. They just have so many supports to pull towards the bottom lane. Like this Earth Spirit and Oracle are sitting down here trying to find Yang off the creep wave, but just committing this many resources to stop the Brood in the first place is exactly what VG.R are looking for. Because a Void is going to be able to do nearly that much. Like, he'll sit in the lane, he even has potential to die if not being careful, so I think this early game, like 5 minutes, is pretty nice for VG.R.
Yeah, I mean, we'll include the mid lane as well. How do you imagine to see this Ferrari versus Yang? Sorry, Mikasa on the Batrider guy.
It's not a super match, and to be honest, I would probably favor that a little bit because the base stamp is not notoriously high, and that also, like, he wants the lane mainly because he knows he's not going to get rotated on.
Catching out the VG.R.
How about you? But I'm watching a side show here.
I am a little. I'm going to go for the quick reconnect, guy.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Hold on.
I want to do the same.
Yeah, alright. If we can sort this out.
I seriously didn't see the Void was getting health until he was already dead. That's how bad it was.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is good. Oh, yeah.
We got a solid connection now, boys.
Oh, that's nice. I was skeptical with the reconnect situation, but that seems working. That seems like we're back in and back on. But yeah, across the lanes, as you said, VG.R, as you're saying, VG.R, you to come.
Yeah, I think
because of the off-lane situation and such, and overall across the board, it looks to be that case. Yeah, maybe not getting the CS, but again, he doesn't need that. He just needs to sit there, find his levels, and he is level 3, and they're already starting to build up Spider. And a great thing about having this pressure from the Spider means that it's a little bit hard for you to get the rotations going. Like both really do to base this PL.
And it's more or less going to be, hopefully, that they have Dust already on the Oracle, but if you can get a Boulder Smash to a nice Fortune Zen Oracle, you could potentially kill. But the more you wait, the worse it's going to be. When Yang hits like level 5 or 6, the higher level of Spider Link and whatnot, being able to just constantly push it wave, you're going to have less opportunities to go for the skill.
So it's just trying to get in for the XP. Fully behind in comparison to how much Bruce able to find from her lane. And he needs to be careful this Void as he has taken down once. And the thing is, it's just absolutely slowing down ends on the Slark, and I can't remember the last time I saw a Slark free farm at the beginning of the game and that went on to lose the game. This is the dream beginnings for a Slark player.
It's a really good game for Slark too, just not only because of the start cities, but just the fact that we are not able to play a very fast-paced game that comes to pushing. So the fight, their objective taking is not really good, and Slark usually needs 1 or 2 items before it starts to feel genuine threat. So the long that IG wait, the worst it will be is Macabre here is just gonna go ahead and dodge the roll in there, but I'm kind of feeling like this Slark is gonna have a good game.
Yes, yeah. And it'll be interesting to see what it does in terms of item builds. I guess he will just go for the Shadow Blade this game. Is there no differential from that?
I mean, the only downside to buying Shadow Blade this game is because they are naturally going to be carrying dust for the Brood anyway, but it's still good. Like, there's nothing wrong with Shadow Blade, because if you can get it on a target that you really want to like kill early, and even Mirana not being good in the matchup against Arc because you cannot lead out of pass, I think it's still a really solid choice.
Well, Spirit coming through. FY seeing if he can put it in position, but at the same time, RG rotate the 2 supports and stop. FY look at the top. Boulder Smash does it to cancel it. Pounce on Magic Missile as well. Knock down the Oracle. At the same time, they will lose the Elder Titan. So 1-1 for VG.R. They give themselves anything else here. Doesn't look like they can. So rotation from the supports. We'll just end up in a support trade.
It's not too bad for your team. I suppose...
Oh! Standing!
This
happens when a supports rotate. Yeah, PL, he gets screwed over.
phobia. It's not safe.
That is not dream. I mean, it's a fair trade up top. It's losing a PL as well.
If you have a TP scroll, there's no way you should solo to the Brood either. You can easily put that on the PL too. I mean, porting out most likely means that Yang's gonna have to like hit damage on the tower, but the PL can't just let himself die either. So it's kind of... I would actually say it's more the PL than it is supports.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, how does VR react to this now?
You just TP. You can't let him just at you and kill you.
I mean, look, he's starting to go for the jump. He does not feel that limit. I mean, as you said, he could avoid dying, but at the cost also just behind any CS.
I mean, he's gonna should be more than a module. The size of the OP in that regard, just allowing anyone to get farm even if they're heavily. But tier 1 being down at 6 minutes and safe lane here for IG, it's not the side they're looking for at all. Granted, they have some decomp potential, but I think a lot of it is going to be reliant on Ferrari getting a decent Aghanims timing, because they are going to need that. That is something they're to costs are getting really low here, by the way.
Oh my goodness, just 1 hit away from going down. He's got a regen route. It's all calculated in fact. Go back in for us, got the lead. 5 stack. Might get this kill. Charges the light shadow will keep him alive. Oh!
3. Ferrari. He didn't even fairy fire. That is ice cold. How do you fire that? It's 6 napalm sticks.
That was brilliant. Perfectly calculated there by Ferrari. It probably was to be. He probably maybe didn't realize it was going to go that low, but at the same time, he was. Yeah, it's that far. This is pushed me over the edge.
It's when you forget about you have fear fire, and then afterwards you're like calculated.
Absolutely. But well, it really does seem that this is kind of VG.R at the moment.
For sure. This is the early game momentum that you want out of your Brood. You know, Yang now has full access to IG's jungle, so he can just farm up camp. And whenever they go down to rotate, because of the fact he's already got so many ups up, it just becomes increasingly difficult to find the hero in the first place to be able to kill him. And the other thing too is it makes FY very safe to sit down and soak some experience of his own.
Look at this moment from G. Catch out DDC does get the magic missile off, but we know follow for it. Dodge able to find a kill there. Actually looking for more, and is there as well as Mikasa. See what happens. The Mikasa starting to pop down the napalm stacks. Can he catch up to this one? He's holding back as he's aware of the Elder Titan, so the Earth Spirit throwing the rocks backwards. Ari still being chased. Now he's gonna back himself away. Got the Slark. He's gone in onto the Oracle, but bo3 tries to roll and save him. It's not going to be successful, and well, they come into the jungle. They may find a kill onto the Veg, but they end up feeding a kill to the Slark, who's now sitting at 0-1, as well as this superior CS that he's got at 8 minutes in.
This is a disaster early game for IG. There's no other way to say it. Like, your supports are pretty much bottom of barrel in terms of overall net worth. The Brood already has Midas, has taken tier 2 lane 8 minutes into the game. You have not pressured any other lane. You haven't really gotten core up a hero that's going to allow you to fight in a big way. Your Void is 6, I suppose, which is fine, but IG are going to have to find some kind of here soon. Or they're going to lose like Roshan, they're going to lose their tier 1 mid. The more momentum that Vici get this game with the Slark to back it up,
That is ridiculous, yeah.
it is looking really ugly right now for G.
And as you said, the fact that it was going to be a game for the Slark, it really is just the sense, how do they kill a Slark that's ahead? They need Chronos to hit straight away, or the Spirit to get good silence, you know, instead of hiding in the tree line. They're relying on what, a stray arrow to hit. He's out every time, this Slark.
You pretty much have to chrono him,
yeah.
Kill him. There's no other reliable weapon, I suppose, unless Mana hit a good smash.
Yeah.
But even that, in of itself, is difficult. And in terms of map efficiency, you also play ahead. I mean, just look at how they're right now. They're looking in the bottom woods, you know, you got Yang farming it up, FY is just able to kill creeps. And no one wants to come down here because they can't deal with Yang. So by coming down here, you're picking a fight with Brood and the ET, so FY feels perfectly safe. And just chilling here with his fighter friend and getting more gold and experience.
Maybe they can, you know, do something about once Ferrari's the Ags, but of course at this point of the game still a mile away from it, and oh, bugger. See if they can catch it. Yeah, he's got to roll away. Oh, no!
God.
Not a chance!
They even took all of the camp as well. Like, they didn't get a single one of those creeps, you just got oh, this is... I don't know what they're supposed to do at this point. They need a perfect chrono. They need magnetize as well. But Spirit was only like 24 experience away from level 6. So once bo3 gets that, maybe they can do something. But the sooner they can get team fight and go well, the better.
This is really feel like, you know, VG.R team very happy with the decision to grab the Brood. The fact that they're able to do it here as the 5th pick this game, as the 8.5k Chinese Brood. Yang is he's having probably one of the best games he's had this so far in the laning stage. So Zen's, you know, on the Slark, they're having the exact openings that they need, and I have certainly made it very hard for themselves because the VG.R have been able to get. The question is, I guess as you said, you're looking at the chronos, you're looking at teams to come in and join behind XXS to start to set up the big action, and to actually manage to just even have a chance to get off some of these cores.
They gotta all be there. They have to be there in force, and they need to make sure that, you know, FY doesn't get really nice counter initiation with his ghost stomp. That's another thing too. It's like, sure, you get the chrono, that's fine, but if FY is in a good position, he's outside, he has the Spirit on the back line, he can very easily disjoint all of your follow-up damage. So there's just a multitude of ways that VG.R can stop their force from going down. They even have Avenge on top of it.
Look at this top. XXS, he's going to go for a chrono, but the backup is there. The Slark swapped out. And XXS, he has to run, but Mikasa comes in the blink. As well. They'll punish the Void. I mean, he saw the Slark on his own. Marana was about, but even that probably wasn't going to be even enough to kill him. And because there was just backup for End, it was a disastrous play for IG.
This is... I gotta be honest with you, Owen, I'm not sure how they're supposed to do this one.
I mean,
wait, VG.R could potentially lose control over the game if they try to run too early. That could be one thing that could set them back. Is Magpie. The Marauder will eventually get the Aghanim. Once Ferrari has that, you have tremendous amount of damage. Good player, which means that at least VG.R will be delayed in hitting the tier 3 for a little while, because the heroes aren't at pushing into high ground. See a potential solo kill here.
Yeah. Dropping the magnet guy. He's got 3 stick charges. It's not going to be enough to keep it alive. There's another rocks drop down as DDC. Yeah, he's been taken at the same time. They might even find themselves swimming across FY. Get the stomp off. Jump both up. -1. Trying to get himself away. Spirit comes through. IG will find themselves as second.
Oh, there.
Arrow from Ferrari onto End. There's a huge kill if they can stop the shadow. And will be able to back himself behind the tower. Unfortunately, even with that arrow, they couldn't get a Slark. But nonetheless, 2-1. IG's best raid so far this game.
If they can get a tower out of this, it'll be massive. Even annihilating the Slark is good enough because it does force End away. You know, farming the jungle is not as good as farming a lane. It's not as if VG.R are applying direct pressure anywhere else right now anyway. is the only one who's in position. He's close to the tier 2, but they can keep taking fights like that, getting some good skirmishes.
And he might go for a bit of a tickle with Ferrari, but Ferrari's going to hold on to the post pass. Oh, DDC with bullets back. Make sure that the Mirana won't have a chance of leaping away. So VG.R, they keep the tower up and they do find a kill in return, equalising the whole kind of trade over the last minute for 2 for 2. And of course another kill for the Slark, who's now sitting at 4-0-2. I mean, just the story of the network, it is not pretty for Invictus Gaming.
Let's just say, yeah, like you said, it's not great. I don't really know how else to put it, to be honest. It's a little bit rough. You know, XXS can actually get a decent chrono off and hit the follow-up in the ties and a blue smash. It's still for a good fight.
And it just, this money, of course, is just, it just goes to the fact that End on his Slark has got an Echo Saber Shadow Blade at 14 minutes. That's
decent farm.
He can. Well, I guess there's still heroes with escape. You know what I mean? He can't really go for a PL kill on his own. As well as Vici, but at least definitely Ferrari. You know, you get the ounce. Maybe before I could have waited at the burst and leapt afterwards, but with the Echo Saber, I'm pretty much 100%. That Mirage dying the duration of the bounce, so there's no chance for her to leave.
Access dodging, or not dodging, stop, didn't go far enough.
Oh, trying to go down.
Did he just miss?
Oh, hang on, did he pop? Oh, he did. He missed his back ties.
That must have been a misclick. There's like no way in any world that you're solo killing. Like, he has like 1100 health. Even if you had level 2 or 3 magnetized, that would be a hard no.
Yeah. Of course, even though it's the game in the double elimination brackets, there's still a chance for IG if they do end up dropping the series. It's you know, historically, a lot of people kind of wanting to see IG there. You know, if we get IG in Alliance through, we'll have all TI champions at this international. So yeah, indeed, the storylines would be there. But you know, the new boys, VG Reborn, coming in, and they are certainly playing to a similar level that we've expected in the past. VG Reborn, I can't remember the exact placement at the major, but it wasn't too disappointing. Honestly, I think they knocked by LGD in the end. So I think they're definitely they were the third highest in China. Yeah, LGD would be finishing ahead of them, but I believe were the third highest Chinese placing team. So they certainly are a very, very strong force, and already at the start today in this game 1, they're showing us that overall comes with a 10 lead at 16 minutes, and so relatively sizable. Rider Macaster with the boots of travel as well as the blink dagger at this point as well. So IG, they're willing to step it up and hope that they don't get caught out off the back of this tank now from VG.R. Make the movement over and look at this.
They did use the moonlight.
Do we have any detection? Doesn't look like we... maybe this moonlight will walk out to them. Oh, jump in, okay. Krug coming out, they're going to catch out the Brigadier. They're trying to make a move onto DDC, looking for the easier kill. They actually finish it. DDC's going to be kept alive. Temple coming for Dennis, now firing up, take it down. So you're thinking, VG.R trying to find for Boca something in return for losing the Vengeful Spirit, and they will find a 1-for-1. The rest of IG tipping themselves away, running back to base. So a bit of a messy engagement from both sides of the moonlight into the stroke ensued, but 1-for-1 trade as it just ends up. So even slate.
I mean, those trades still favor VG.R though, because they forced IG to go back to their base. And sure, you know, the PL has boots of travel, so he went top to pressure the lane, but it doesn't really matter because Mikasa also has boots of travel, so he can eat that kind of aggression head on.
Oh, and with the Shadow Blade playing around here. Has a pounce again in a second. See if he wants to go for Ferrari. No, he's actually going to look towards the PL. Yeah, Cutie immediately. Doppelganger's out. As End unable to do anything about that.
I suppose that the one thing that I can look to say, alright, maybe we have a chance still, is the fact that VG.R are playing a little bit more slow pace now. They're not. They went for a smoke gank and it didn't work. But they're not trying to pressure the towers that much right now because they want to make sure that they're getting farther ahead on their lead. They haven't tried to go for Ocean. They're just, okay, we have the more effective farming composition right now because we have map control. But all the time that IG get, the closer Ferrari gets to his Aghanims, that power spike is going to be very big for them. And even End, as armed as he is, still for BKB because he realizes the kind of magical burst damage that IG can put out. So IG managed to be able to get to the core items before Roshan is on the table for VG.R. We could see a possible Roshan contention, and that would put them potentially back in the game if the fight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, the BKB, even though it's obviously not going to offer him much or any damage to pump, it's that BKB before he's crying.
He does
not even crying.
Yeah. Especially with the third void. He's I haven't really talked about him, but he's got a lot of farm on 2,700 gold and a Vanguard at 19
Is this Vanguard?
I've seen Vanguard Diffusal.
Did you do this in China?
I've seen Radiance Path. It's actually not that bad because it stops Blink Dagger, but
I guess it's kind of nice against the Brood and the Spiders.
Yeah, it's not bad. The only thing that's a little bit unorthodox about it is because of how long it actually takes him to be able to get these items. But the way that IG are playing right now, they're giving him farm priority.
Yeah, so maybe it is, but as you said, yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say something a little bit more orthodox, so not necessarily.
This is also something they've been doing a lot.
Shadow Blade. So why the Shadow Blade over kind of the much more common Blink Dagger?
I think it's because it's an item that still gives you damage and serves the same purpose of the Blink Dagger. Whereas a lot of the time, if you just go for like Black Blink, you're playing 5-man Dota, but the issue is 5-man Dota wouldn't necessarily win in the game. So this is an item that allows them to, bypass wards. You can maybe get to a better position for Chrono, and you can have more reliable solo killing potential than you can with a Blink, because the Blink is pretty much sold to team fight and have more worth. But because of the fact that XXS, he has the Vanguard already, he's already durable, he just needs that lets him start the fight, which Shadow Blade does, in addition to allowing him to hit for more than 89 damage, which is not very impressive.
Obviously, they find them Roshan, as you said that they would go for IG. They just weren't looking to test at all. Whether it's the case that they weren't aware or they just realized that it's a hard fight for them. I mean, they can land a Chrono, but still really kind of lacking the follow-through damage. As Ferrari remains to be working on the Aghanims. He's only got it less than 500 got away from completing it, and the position of this peel still got a bit to kind of be wished for. As QD, okay, now he's got. So Diffusal is out. Bottom lane, they're jumping off Ferrari. Ferrari's got, and the way that he's been put, he didn't manage to find the he's still a component of Aghanim Scepter. VG.R, well, End's going to TP back. Looks like they're actually going to take the bat out as well. So they'll probably just leave Yang to see if he can get a bit of pressure down onto this tier 3. But at the same time, not coming for a elsewhere. End's trying for a kill onto QD. He's going for a TP out. It's not going to be successful. And killing off the PL like that. VG.R, massive pickoffs.
I honestly feel like he has not played a very good game. Like, dying in the lane to the is pretty bad on its own. Because you should understand that in support league, you are far Bird or PL. There's nothing you can do in that lane, and just have that like getting away the kill, allowing Yang to snowball that much harder. A lot of things this game, I think, from him could have been done, maybe I guess more effectively.
Down here, at this point, just committing the crowd. It's a short that deal.
That Wizard tower.
I gotta say that 110 without Chronosphere on the defense. The VG.R, maybe that's used. I mean, even the Elder Stand, he's going to be 20.
They're gonna get,
and that's a massive time zone where there's no Chronosphere and VG.R have the full 5-man.
It's going to be at least tier 1 off and maybe tier 2. Pushing the mid tier 2 is a little bit more difficult because of the positioning in regards to IG can actually stand for defending the tower, but this just gets them to D-ward. Mikasa's carrying around the gem. They're just restricting all the vision right now from IG. I believe that was their last observer ward out on the map. A couple of sentries, but yeah, they're completely blind at this point. VG.R have total map control, have the Roshan advantage right now, the Aegis. This is territory right now for IG.
Yep, another tap for VG.R. The network swing, it continues. This is the way of the game. 14 to lead for VG.R. There's not at a point where I just even really be able to go level now. It's a constant downhill movement for favorite side of VG game Reborn. As maybe high ground is where IG look to turn it, but at the same time, at this stage, just got it in a draft to be able to play back from a position that they've been forced into.
I mean, I don't even know if VG.R want to try to force it that hard. There's not really much of a reason. So we have total map control. You can't kill our Brood. He hasn't died a single time the entire game. He's highest net worth. He's got BKB as well. Like, you don't need to like start hitting the tier 3 and put yourself in a like choke point where the Chronosphere can actually come out. And now with Zagan being done, there is some damage potential coming out from IG that could be enough to turn a fight. So I'm guessing it's just going to be ward as aggressively as you can. VG.R have the high ground ward outside of the tier 3 in the top lane that's to scout out anyone leaving to play an additional aggro ward and 2 jungle. They just respect IG for now.
Yeah, just keep feeling very scared, and we can see exactly that. IG just grouped up as a 5-man. Actually, Mikasa, see if he can do anything. Good reaction from Cutie, keeping himself safe. So at the same time, and well, he can't jumped in. XXS pops down. The Chronosphere does catch out 2. Arrow, right? I just gonna miss. The arrow misses onto a Chrono target with the Ferrari. Doesn't matter. They'll still kill off the cap. But N pops the BKB, he's ready to try and move in for some action. The Boca focused by Yang, FY and DDT. They'll find the Earth Spirit kill. A 1-for-1.
That was really good for IG though, because they got gem.
Yeah, absolutely. Dropping Mikasa and finding the gem. Still a bit messy. I mean, just arrow missing on a kind of target. Ferrari's got to step it up.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when you're fireflied and whatnot, it looks a little bit weird about how like you light up the arrow.
Where they
so, maybe Ferrari just doesn't play as much Mirana as we see some other teams. So usually Queen of Pain, the invoker that we always think of.
Historically, isn't this what zeros? Is it not Ferrari Mirana?
Not so much.
No, that's not something that comes to mind.
I think it's just more, it's coming to the limelight now.
Yeah.
And people realizing how strong the Aghanim's build actually is. And what it offers a team. So I'm not sure he's the most experienced Mirana player. Clearly he's incredibly talented.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think of Ferrari as solely a Mirana player, you know what I mean?
Loyalist. And even though, you know, this is one thing about trades, sometimes IG finds something in return. They're still not killing the Slark, you know, and continue to have a fantastic 703. Coming to 3k gold as well. I guess you just go for as the Scar next.
Yeah, I think so.
There's no reason to anything.
They need somebody who's enough to hit the tier 3s. Yeah. So having the Scotty will allow him to with impunity and be like, yeah, BKB, I got ult. If you guys go on me, there's a good chance it's getting swapped anyway, or FY is going to get a stomp off. There's just a multitude of ways they can stop the chrono initiation.
Oh, and there's coming to the jungle, but indeed, relatively the observers down, so won't be able to find anything. All the time, what's he got coming out? Just a few sentries. Yeah. The D-warding going as we saw last fight, they don't have that gem, as you said. Because I did lose it on the back. Which is good news for IG, as they were suffering in terms of vision and map control. So maybe now they'll have a little bit of a hope of getting some of it back out. And
I mean, they're feeling a bit better.
Yes.
But it's not, the weight is not off their chest. Yeah, they need to take a very decisive fight. Trading for one and getting the gem, that is still a very good exchange, but they need to do better.
And what do you think about so XXS actually going back for the blink as well as the Shadow Blade? Is it just because of how important this chrono is for the team fight? He needs to hit, he needs to have every tool he can to ensure he can get the chrono possible. Yeah,
if they land it on like 3 or 4 heroes, they get the follow-up with the Spirit and the Mirana damage, then it is well worth the money to just have this kind of positioning potential.
Could be a good wrap around. Actually, no, just head straight down bottom. Straight onto end, follow through arrow, and can they burst this man down? Yes, they can. At the same time, VG.R looking to fight back in return. Lasso onto Rom. They'll take down one, but they've blocked the slot. VG.R, they're going to be happy about this. They need to try and find something more, but it looks like they're not going to be able to get it. IG, with the exact chrono dream they've been looking for. Finding that slot kill. Who did end up going to? Went to Ferrari as well on the runner, so a very nice target to picking up that bounty. Now this is what we're talking about. If they can land the chronos, they can win the fights.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was kind of saying at the beginning of the game, you know, it's a good brood game, it's a good slot game, because you can get it really far ahead in the laning phase. But the damage output on IG, once Ferrari picks up that Hecanims, it's insane. Like, you can get bursted before you get your BKB off if you are not careful. And that's why we were also emphasizing the importance of FY and VC being in a good position to make sure they can stay their course.
Oh.
Right.
A little bit awkward there. He's all blinked up hard. Casa just took out. I mean, he's in a little bit of shock. The Firefly's one out. He's got to blink again. Yeah, he just stays around them. They're chasing him around, but
Well then.
okay. Yeah. I think that's what we call that played.
I mean, they helped themselves,
Yeah.
to be honest.
They all jumped on the same. Like, I got him. I got him. And Mikassa's like, no, none of you got me.
This man. What a guy. What a player. So I guess the next thing here for VG.R is potentially taking another Roche. Chrono's down for 20, which means it will likely be up. So if IG anticipate this, can go for the fight. It is a little bit scary. They don't have great vision around the pit, whereas VG.R have a Bat Rider, and they also have an Elder Titan. So those heroes on paper really good around the pit. But I think IG really want to make kind of like this bold move and fight the Roshan. And if they take the fight there, they're like 100% back in the game if they win the fight.
Yeah. And well, the build of Yang continuing to get even more scary. It has as a full-out Mjolnir, so something to allow them to deal with these PL illusions if they do get to a scary stage, and they are slowly getting there. On top of the defusal, he has pretty much got the man style done as well. So just good timing for Yang to pick up that item. You know, with Mjolnir, shield, and the BKB, he himself on the. But it's going to be very hard to kill. Not that he hasn't been hard enough to kill anyway this game. Still yet to die on the Broodmother. It's been a very good game for Yang as he currently sits about 5k ahead of the PL.
Yeah, Deathless Brood has had a really... to be honest though, he's had a pretty easy game.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that the tri-lane of IG is necessarily that scary. Because you only really have to worry about one disable pretty much, and then the rest of it you just walk it off. It's not really anything that you're... It's not like a Spirit Breaker or anything else that has lockdown and chase potential of IG's tri-lane, which is why they abandoned QD in the lane in the first place, but... Yeah. Looks like Roshan's up now. VG.R most likely going to be going for that, I would imagine, straight away. But I think IG are doing the right thing. They're not showing on lane right now. So by not showing on lane, they're making VG.R more apprehensive about going into the pit, because if for whatever reason XXS gets another really good chrono and they get a pick off, then that fight could actually go IG's way.
Absolutely, and I think we can see exactly, you know, something on the graph that IG is going to be happy with. The fact that this lead that VG.R were getting the whole game has to be shut down. It's leveling out. By no means is it swinging right back round, and it still is around a 13k lead, but IG, they're being able to stop it from getting any better. And as we've seen, they can take the favourable fights, catching out a Slark at the start or such. You are going to see that grass start to turn around.
I guess now the bigger question is, do IG actually decide to fight it? Because if they do, it's going to be tough, no doubt. But I think the reward is worth the risk.
Yeah, and they're ready for this as well. Maybe Moonlit, but Sentry is down. If they come across, they'll actually take the Observer. But yeah, VG.R aware that something fishy's going around the corner, and just try and fight in back of him. You can see with this line, they're going to go for the move straight down and try and cut across into IG's jungle, but I think IG well aware. Yeah, they're straight out to the base. Know that.
Oh no.
Okay, but both didn't get the memo. He did not get the memo.
He was not steed there.
Alright.
But the rest of the team was just like, alright, we're bailing. To be honest though, him dying, I mean, it's kind of important to have for the team fight, but at the same time...
They kind of need him for this Roche defense, so they're desperate. Oh, there's a lot of magnifiers. He's just a great hero for a team to spread out.
Maybe it would have been better to have the Oracle be the one who goes mid.
I'd
agree. Go there.
I'd agree. Because they're going to get this.
Because they had to have known that they were... not a single lane was being pushed, no one of each are showing. Roshan's up. There's one of two plays. You either go for the aggressive smoke, or you go for the Roshan smoke. But either way, VG.R are going to get their hands on the second Aegis here, and it's going to pick it up. He's very close to his setting on top of that. So that tankiness that we were talking about earlier, and his ability to start hitting tier 3 towers, it's kind of online now. But we can also talk a bit about QD, because Phantom Lancer, you know, historically in the late game, very good against Slark. And IG.R kind of, you know, they keep and farm. It's not that they were losing in the farming department, it was that they lost so much map control early because of the Brood pick.
QD actually going for a bit of solo action himself, trying to go for FY, playing it with the Yules. That's a stomp available, but the Yules in tower combo is successful. The Chrono now to catch IG, moving in for a second, and they'll find it. And coming in, looking to fight back into this, but QD kept alive for the time being by the false promise. Moonlight as well, he's out, and I think the regen should be an open from popping. The rest EP away, don't escape, they're third, leaving out successfully. Blink away, see PL as well from bo3, and IG stepping up the play. 5-2 kills and leaving nothing in return.
Yeah, it also makes it so VG.R can't pressure any of the lanes. They lost their initiators, they lost probably like the best counter initiation they have in the other Titans, so now it's just, you know, Kitty's going to be able to farm during this downtime, Ferrari's going to be putting out waves, he's got his own Yules now, he's had the Aghanims in the lane for a while, and it's starting to this point where the PL could very reasonably reach critical mass.
It's going to swing around, it's going to swing around this. VG.R aren't able to do anything to hold on to the lead that they spent the whole first 25 minutes of the game building up.
And maybe they were a bit too, not complacent, but they were maybe a bit hesitant to put the background early. And I think they're kicking themselves for that now.
Yeah. I mean, I think all in all, you still got to. This is incredibly fat Slark and Brood, and they are. Well, I say the Brood obviously ahead, but the Slark is as we can see being caught up by this PL, and with the money that the Cutie's got as well, he's very close to picking up his next major item.
Imagine. I think he probably just goes Heart, honestly. Heart or Butterfly is not bad either, but it's not necessarily great against Elder Titan because it pretty much only gives you base armor. 80 is also a choice. Just a that you're a little bit tankier against the Brood and the Slark, but he's got a lot more room for growth and progression. Whereas Slark, I mean, maybe he gets an Abyssal Blade or something like that, and then he's pretty much capped out. PL just hits a much higher ceiling. The net worth it gets versus what a Slark can do. And eventually the Slark will get overwhelmed.
This is from VG.R. Some keen high on work. Gonna look for a pick. But an illusion. Oh, it's a good job that ran out because they may have just jumped on that VG.R. VG.R. hanging about being revealed now. They're going to do what he can with this guy. Is tickling, punching away at the tier 3. Ferrari jumps forward. Leaps back as well after popping down the Starfall, trying to clear out the wave push from VG.R. VG.R. Yeah, they're backing up. They seem to not necessarily be too confident in going all in for a push. They are respecting RG's fight back and counter initiation that we talked about.
It's a little bit scary now for VG.R because one good chrono can just be end of the fight. That's just what you get into when you take the game, you know, 35, 40 plus minutes. Because when you have Brood, you want the first rack to fall, like, ideally for 30 minutes. That's the game plan that VG.R maybe wanted to go for, but we're going to hit the tower a bit here. And
has been arrowed. Let's see if they'll follow on. Ferrari with the burst and all in low, does still have the Aegis. Here we go, jumping in, BK popped by these Savara to make sure he gets the left off. There's the response, XXX Chrono control, but they both have BK plus damage. It's just not there to throw in. QD trying to go in on TDC, but they've already passed the fate is void as well. bo3.
Oh,
the
nice.
Magnetize, playing it around with the Yules and ignoring it still with the Aegis. Now it will be popped. Why has to get himself back out, but End will be back in with Lar. Looks like they're on the retreat, but bo3 rolling forward, but End catches him out, punishes the Earth Spirit suggestion. And looks like VG.R will leave it at that. And the End wants to go back in. Be thinking about it, did have the Shadow Dance available. And he'll just clean out wave. And they are going to back. Even though they are in this position with 3 down, I guess the Oracle's going to back up. But against a relatively massive push from VG.R. Unsuccessful in regards to getting a set of rocks.
Yeah, that was the case scenario for IG. They defend, they got a nice 2-man chrono. Unfortunately, both targets were KP'd, so they didn't quite have their full damage output on them. But it still allows them to make Rax mid, which is all that matters. So now, again, IG is able to get out of the map. VG.R have to heal up. They're not going to have the map pressure that they did up until that actually kicked off, which means more time to farm for IG. We'll see what's going next. On top 3100. I've seen a lot of different variations. You know, I've seen Shivas, Beacons, Blades, and Dragons. Like, so many different ways right now that for to transition itself into a.
Shiva's nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's more about, you know, what he feels. He needs to burst on the single target.
E-Blade.
Yeah, it's going to be E-Blade.
Alright, yeah, indeed. As you said, the burst is what he feels is necessary.
I think it actually increases the damage output on a single target more than a Dagon, because you're technically hitting with 4 Starstorm hits.
Oh yeah.
So you get that out, and then you just get obliterated with Starstorm.
I mean, if VG.R now at the stage where you try to push and it hasn't necessarily as well as you hope, do you go back to that kind of passive back? Looks like the answer is no.
I don't think you want to take Brood super late. Like, Brood it falls.
And I guess the Chronos will be a threat, regardless of whether you fight now or whether you fight later.
I mean, they have 2 melee cores.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest issues against the Void.
Coming in, going for the quick pick off the Oracle. False Promise comes out. They will still fight as the damage starts to stack up ahead. Oh, actually, less so in PL Illusions. Well, actually jumping onto another. So they don't find anything else yet. Lose fair bit there. So BKB fight. Only for an Oracle kill. Maybe they can get Baboka as well. Moonlight this out. He's A-okay for the time being. There is a gem on Master, but he's going to blink forward for it. Back with the Moonlight. Hello! Easy chrono for XXS. Oh, no, they walked into the DDC with the swap out. Will save the slot, but DC pays with his life. FY mules it up, but he's going to go down as well. And they just walked into that finally. Their shadow was out. Looks like they just weren't aware of it. As Void, they're ready to go. N is going to try and take the man down. It's a hard one. He's going to miss. They're biting it up to Illusion. Cutie's outplayed with the bike. He's going to be able to get himself out. It's down by N, but he has diffuser charges. He has double gas. He's going to jump away. Again, trying to play them, but this time because through the false promise, wrong saving QD. They'll turn onto the Cassidy down the Bat Rider. Ends trying his best to fight up and will find the damage to bring down the power post false promise. Yang coming back in to look save then, but it's not going to be successful. Ends taken down. Only 8.5k Brew. He's going to try hardest to win this fight for VG.R, but he himself's in trouble. XXS pops forward, just the bash hit, and IG beating down VG.R incredibly hard here, as VG.R, they have slipped off so hard since the early game. Now, this is followed up, but after that, we are start to see a swing right back round.
Yeah, that was a huge fight for IG. Like, chasing the PL for so long, forcing them to overcommit, even though in the end QD actually did all, it's so worth it. Like, both of the cores and VG die. I think it was actually a team wipe, right? Like, pretty much every team person died, yeah, because 2 people died.
Died.
And then 2 cores, followed with the Bat Rider, also fell in that engagement. Still have yet to run. I don't know, I think the window for the Brute's effectiveness is kind of slowly but surely closing here. He's got like 5,300, but what does he buy? I suppose he sell the might and go for damage item.
What does he, I mean, AC? Is that?
It's okay, but he already has so much XP. I feel like he needs to, like, either an MKB or like a data, or okay, he's gonna go Asher, which means he's going into Abyssal Blade, which is also okay. But I actually feel like damage would almost be better at this point than having more ways of crowd control. Because if you think about it, if you hit a target once with incapacitating bite, they're running away. Like, you're gonna chase them to the ends of the earth, and you have BKB plus insatiable hunger. So as long as you can stay on the target with your passive, it should be fine. I think the biggest concern is actually getting killed between the BKB use and BKB fading. And I don't know if the Basher is really going to do that.
It might help a bit. It's the PL really they need the lockdown for. As we're seeing, he's just doppelgangering around. There's something else to take down the PL, but at the same time, Void's just finished off a Lincoln, so he can very well drop that down onto QD and help save the man.
And he hasn't really had to deal any damage items whatsoever.
No, at all.
And with it being done for Earth is going to be more real as past. Yeah, IG are most certainly well back into this game, and just once here. I would really like to see them this. It's going to be so hard to get in position fast enough since VG.R are already here.
No. Yeah. But you can test this one. And the cheese as well for VG.R. But yeah, VG.R with the way this is going, I feel like, as you say, they don't really have any other option but to continue to look to like. They still have to track up these attempts. And with the Aegis and cheese, maybe they've got a chance to once again taking a fight successfully against IG, which they have since the earlier stages of the mid game.
I think it was maybe just they didn't quite hit the timing as well as they wanted to. The first real push they did toward the middle when they came to tier 3, it didn't result in dealing substantial damage to IG's base. That's really what it had to do, because once that Rax falls, then you have constant pressure being applied towards one lane, and you can look to split up the map a little bit more, restrict until yourself, or you just never put yourself in the spot where you're going to take a real team fight, because that's the way I come back into the game. is by taking a fight where a good chrono lands, and then all of a sudden you're taking like insane damage from Ferrari and Magnetize and whatnot, and that's pretty much how IG have kept themselves alive. Now though, it's more about IG actually being able to do what they want. They don't have to sit in base all the time, and clearly it's this play. But I feel like he gets one more item. The guy is going to be really, really hard to take down.
And what does he get? Does he get back for that butterfly for the evasion?
I think butterfly is really good. A lot of the damage that he's going to be doing is through right click, so I think butterfly is great. The Slark already had to go for a Mjolnir anyway, so it's not as if he has the inventory space for an MKB right now. He'd either get rid of Shadow Blade or he'd have to get rid of Echo if he wanted to buy the MKB, and I don't really think you want to ditch either. He could go AC at all. I think AC might be better. Just because of Elder Titan, obviously. Because the Armor Aura is neither team, but it's more just about the fact that you're getting it. I didn't give yourself a chunk of armor, so that way when the Slark is hitting you, like when he was full prom mid and had like 60% health, he still got shredded by Ems because just of how little armor he has with the ET Spirit nearby.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Right, that full 20 to base. But gee, they are feeling, it will seem very confident in staying over there half of the map. There's just no reason for them to go out onto the dire side to actively find a fight. They can just sit back and wait for VG.R.
Scale better with items. Yeah. So unless they see an opportunity to fight over an objective worthwhile, like Roshan, I don't see much reason for them to go out. It's more just every time they wait for VG.R to come to them, it seems to be working, right? Like nothing that VG.R seem to be doing on the aggressive front has really worked out in a big way. It's more just abuse Roshan up, try to press them, inevitably fail to push higher and get racks, and be forced back to your side of the map. So if I keep that kind of play going, and they keep defending successfully, the PL, the Void, the Mirana will eventually outcarry.
So what do you think about this issue? And swapping out the Shadow Blade, selling it, and picking up things down the rest of the stage.
It's much better when you have to go in the base. So the biggest reason to pick Shadow up as a Slark is to bypass orbs and to be able to get into the fight. However, when high ground, there's a tower in the way, and even if the tower is dead, more often than not, you're facing sentries. So the blink just allows you a free way to get on what you want to go into, because Shadow Blading a ramp is not safe, especially if you're going into IG space.
We have it. Slowly starting to chip away at the racks. IG. See what kind of response they'll do. Just sending in the PL just to take away that Slark's mana. In comes Yang onto the base. Okay. Boulder smashing the spide. Keeping them back. We'll see if they will rinse. I mean, they can, as we see, FY throws in the spirit. Gets in position for a stomp to buy the space around the racks for the rest of his team to just chip away at them. You know, it's just this harassment. It's working. It is. Notification has to come out. This kind of slow seed with the spirit and the echo stomp is creating more than enough for VG.R to really finish the 50 racks. I mean, IG they need to do something about this. And what immediately getting caught by the Eels versus BKB, and just to sketch, they've done it. Let's get down to daily wrecks, and that kind of the song push. But you didn't have an answer for it.
Yeah, there was never really a good position for the Void to go in, so X is looking for a jump. Can't. If the E tier is standing in a good position, there is very few opportunities that IG would win, which is why I kind of expected that they would high ground. What they just did there is the same strategy they could have employed, 20 minutes ago when they're originally going high ground, because it's the same idea to have all the same abilities at your disposal. They got a little bit too close. A chrono came up, and then the fight was lost. So now, VG are playing the proper siege against IG's lineup, creating pressure. They need to go on the creep wave top, or IG up there right now with a couple of heroes. But
we'll see if XSS able to do anything here. We'll spot out Yang. BKB actually being popped there if they go in, but immediately the swap out, Mikasa. Actually going to get bursted pretty low by Ferrari. Mikasa living on 20 or so HP.
He didn't even BKB, what a man. Like, how do you get to 20? Like, these players must have some ridiculous understanding of how much damage they're going to take. Because Ferrari did not use his Fairy Fire mid when he was at 3 life. And Costa just ate a quad Starstorm with E-Blade on and didn't pop his BKB. I don't understand how you can not panic. I would have panicked there.
is under
I would have been
attack.
like, holy crap, I'm taking insane damage, please don't kill me popping BKB right now.
Oh, crazy, crazy stuff. And it's really at this stage as well, that, you know, at the start, it's kind of strange because VG.R just looks to be playing on another level, but now IG, they are managing to match it. And the game really has slowed down to a point where lead is nearly all but lost.
It's not really a lead. Like 5Ks.
Yeah, it's gone, yeah.
It's maybe one item on one hero.
Yep.
That's not really game breaking by any stretch. So, I mean, the Void's going to continue to scale. I wonder if he just goes Aghanims next. He's kind of gone this utility / initiation build, and I think the consistency of having a lot of Chronos whenever you need them is very good. But VG.R once again going to be smoking up here. Looking for the battle. They have cheese on FY.
And let's see if they get the cat. They need Mikasa to jump in and get that lasso successfully. But IG, again, at this point, they're ready for it. They're just hiding back up in their own base. And VG.R, they're all but at the left to just look to push out the top lane. Try and keep all the lanes pushed in and committed onto IG's half of the map, as they're not going to be finding any hero kills anytime soon. With IG just hugging each other right back behind the tier 4s.
It's going to be a little bit troublesome, I think, for IG if VG.R are allowed to get back to their base, kind of do that slow siege again. Granted, it's going to be harder to do in top and bottom lane, a bit more compact, and the racks and the 2-3 position, but if they get that spirit out and FY is kind of running them, they're able to just have the Slark and the Brood hit the buildings. It could be a repeat. 1-2 melee racks down, that's a real problem. You don't have, like, you have okay wave close. You do have the Mirana eggs, but I think more than anything, G fight over the next push.
Yeah, there was two, and that was going to be in under 30 seconds. See what kind of a timer that both will be working with.
PL Scott, by the way.
Oh yeah, after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay because it gives you help.
Yeah, I mean he is hard kill, but I guess as you said, still armor reduction from the aura.
I mean,
Does he mess him up?
he's got 2 armor. He's
But he does have 37 and 100 AP.
Yeah.
So even though
that's why it's Scotty, it's a hybrid choice. Yeah. It's really good for chasing. It gives you the, but it doesn't really give you the armor, which is fine. Because it's like 100% of damage that VG.R do is fizzle. It's more like, I'd say like 30%, 40%. And if like Slark and both attacking, which is very unlikely. It's Roshan's up again. Yeah, already start here to the side of VG.R. I just don't seem interested. Like, yeah, whatever. Just get cheese as you want. Get a whole bit of him. It's fine. I actually agree with not contesting this Roshan though. I think that IG should be more confident in their team fight. Because here's the thing, even if you potentially on paper have the late game, if you're not trying to go back, you're just letting enemy team Roshan, what is it, 5 times? If you let this happen, even if the enemy team on paper has, like, it can still just virtue of having more heroes to throw at you. Like, you're basically, with 2 cheeses and ages playing like 85.
This is going to be a very hard push for IG defending, especially with the fact that, you know, Slap's now got a butterfly as deciding to hold link stage, so it doesn't have the initiation.
He just wants to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Just gets himself there, chips out, gets himself back out. Also, though, doesn't have a TP. The bots.
You don't need them.
Yeah. That would be the side forcing IG.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if, you know, somebody has to go back, just the Batrider TPing should be enough of an incentive for anyone on IG to back. Because Masa's got like the 4 Shivas and Blink Daggers, so everything he needs to start a fight. No one on IG wants to take the risk of getting to the top, and you know that there's already just some cheese.
Yeah, already just themselves back on again on that for Lincoln's pick for they're bots now, Slark as well, so he'll be able to in the fight where it goes down across the 3 is just a very strong event. But of course, as we can see, it's just been a pretty remarkable Just lost 30 minutes for QD as he sailed his way right back up to the top of the network on this Semifinal as he kept up the farm. And we have it. They're left. VG.R coming in, and we'll see what they're able to achieve here.
I'm making two top as well. I think I just want to try to get some vision up. I'm moving towards his jungle. I think right now there is no gem. Sorry, it has one. And even left up gem from across earlier since the base. They technically have ghost, just in case their spirit goes down. But still, Vici are playing very methodical. They're making sure that whenever they are on their side of the map, they're pushing them back before they start to go for any aggressive plays themselves. Because if you do start to split up on the map, and if PL finds him, but he does have bots. He can TP to a lane, he can do a lot of damage to the tower, and more importantly, he can teleports from GR, which is not what you want. You want to be able to pressure all the time. As soon as you start losing lane equilibrium against what IG have, that opens up the possibility for small skirmishes. And with the Void and a PL having so much farm, and not mentioning just for that can really be a thing for VD. And is just getting wrecked.
It really is.
Jesus, he gets the ulti for that.
Oh man! And now, just they've got back. They've got to get out.
They did get some damage on the tier 3.
They did indeed. And if the carries repeat, it's going to be a slow one.
They just even these. Alright, you listen here, man. I just eat this. But this is why Slark struggles so much against PL.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have any mana, Slark, you are useless.
Yeah, you're so mobile, and you just can't run. You have it? Gonna get there. Well, I actually takes an arrow to the face as well there. Yeah, jump instantly onto the orb. One off on the back. Now, immediately PL. Actually gonna back off. Looking to jump in onto Yang, but realizing with the P out, it's not a target he can take. Fortification now used by IG as well. Be a good opening for VG.R. Even though the start was with one cheese, he's still sitting second servings. And he goes. And he goes.
It was a really good opportunity for a chrono. Like, as soon as the Broodmother was right on top of where this is going to respawn, I thought for sure XS was going to go on that. Because you can only save one of the two cores, right? You swap one, the other one dies, and the bench died on top of it. And that would have completely halted VG's pushing potential. I guess they're giving a lot of respect to FY here in that regard.
I see now picked up by XXS as well. So a good chrono could be pretty much for Cash and trying to jump in and catch out QD. Not going to be the case. Again, gets himself away.
Courier casually sitting.
What's this dog doing?
I don't know.
That was, I mean, DDC's lost his life. Coming back with the triple B, trying to fight into IG. Can they get themselves any poker? Kept alive by the false promise into the tree line as well. QD moving in onto end, but he pops the shadow dance, keeping himself alive. Yang caught by the stun. Going to lose second, and IG maybe seeing if they can find more ends on the retreat. Doesn't look like they can catch him. It's going to be a hard one to find. Oh, blinking in. Okay, they've got the Yule set up. Have they got the lockdown to deal with him? He's got no shadow dance. Gonna be able to play around it though with the pass. The arrow! He finds the arrow! In they go! It's gonna go down as well. Oh, gee! They're doing it with these defenses, and they got a free doge as well.
That courier was just AFK. What the hell was that thing doing, honestly?
What was it doing, memeing down there?
VG.R are just not sieging that well right now. I suppose they did eventually get the range Rex middle lane, but they didn't even kill the tier 3 bottom.
Yeah.
And that was a cheese consumed. And an Aegis.
And a courier.
And a courier. And they got nothing. Like,
oh man. This game is just so right down.
The other two is, XX is the one who picked up the AC team, which allows the PL to go for Butterfly. Oh, he's pretty much the bot, right? Like, he doesn't really get anything outside of maybe consuming a shard and buying the level 2 pots. QD is just at critical mass right now. And is also pretty sad that he beat to a range creep that just died to the tower. That's definitely not the play.
Oh boy.
I know, I think IG are actually more in control of this game than VG.R at this point. VG.R are gonna probably watch me play and be like, man, how did we not actually break base at
They were
such
an advantage.
The funny part is, they've gotten 4 Roshans in a row.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like IG fought for Rosh. IG didn't even care that they were going for Roshan. They were just sitting in their base, farming up, pushing lanes, you know, whatever. Just take Roshas, we don't care. We'll just win the fights.
Oh man, it really feels like for VG.R. Like what is the plan? The plans haven't been working. They really haven't.
I mean, the plan now is hope that you make a mistake.
Yeah,
because
it's
honestly,
gotta be. It's gotta be.
this PL is way too farmed.
Yeah, gonna clear 4K ahead of the Slark and growing. And you know, your point as well, where this Brood who was saying, you know, Ferrari nearly caught up to him on the Marana. The difference is minimal now between the two of them.
The flash farming capability on the Marana was insane. Like, double Starstorm instantly kills a creep wave as long as it's not the one going down middle lane, because obviously the Rax is dead, so stronger.
Yes, yeah.
But the other part too is it's really hard to catch Ferrari. He's got Lincoln's Blink Dagger, Yules. He's got to leap away. IG, they're feeling themselves now.
Yeah, there's something to see. Oh, QA. Actually backing up back to base there. I guess that we all wanted to return to top. Not wanting to find anything yet. Refresh is done on Mikasa. But as we've seen, you know, even when he gets the lasso, they just don't seem to have the damage to deal with the fact that IG have got a fair few saves. You know, people getting chrono, you know, people getting false prompts. It's so hard for the VG.R to just focus down a single target, especially with QD on this, well, 6-slotted Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to how VG.R plan on going into this later game session. Because, you know, we're at an hour now. And this is definitely not the optimal timing for a Brood lineup. Or, I guess, you know, even to a certain extent, against these particular heroes, Slark is not really that amazing a game either. Because good control, even through Shadow Dance, you're not really great at dealing with illusions, even with the help of the Mjolnir. It's like, it's just okay. It's not great. And then FY, he's just been getting killed in the fights. So, you're kind of looking at this lineup of VG.R and you're wondering what is the win condition for them now? Like, how do they take a fight successfully and transition that into buildings? And I'm really having a hard time finding it.
IG with the smoke. Let's see what they find. A good fight could put them in a position where they'll be looking to take the game. See if they can lead in on two. Coming around, Mikasa already preparing. They know that they're there now. Mikasa maybe looking to wrap back around. He's not going to find anything as he now he will. Jumps in, grabs the Earth Spirit, but immediately the false promise. Keeping the Earth Spirit safe for a pressure. Maybe thinking about going in again, but XXS comes across Yang. Mikasa moving quick to Corona, comes down, catches out 2 XSS, takes an Elder Titan ult, 2 to the face, but Time War keeps him alive. IG still with a full 5-man up, Yang getting swapped back. Ferrari jumps in with a burst, not quite enough to bring down DDC. VG.R forcing Ferrari to retreat on the Marana. Kryudi jumps in, have the vision for Yang, doesn't look like they have. The Planet towards Mikasa on the Batrider, but he's still putting around it on the high ground. QD looking to look down on the end with the Shadow. He's still alive for Boca, falling low to the Inner Shadows, tick charges, finally the first casualty of this fight. The rest of VG.R get themselves away. Again, everything getting thrown down there around the Dire's secret shop, but only the Earth Spirits are full.
Yeah, and with the 4v5, no chrono. Oh, Yang going for a kill, he gets it! He might be dead for that, though. Oh no, they didn't pick up the gem. Oh my.
Oh, illusions.
Oh, what? Okay.
Well, he stopped some of Slark's mana being stolen. Oh man, if that. Okay.
There's some 322 going
this
on
is
right
some.
now.
This is a weird ass game. VG.R suddenly off a team fight where
Ferrari definitely E-bladed the wrong card. Like 100%. If he E-bladed QD, he might have lived there. Like, threw up the E-blade onto the, hoping that it would stop from auto attacking. He just BKB'd and the E-blade does nothing. So now they force the buyback QD. Roche ends up, even with the buyback, they can't contest Roche. So if VG fast, they can go straight back to the pit, get the Roche and just say, okay, we're coming in with cheese number 3 in another Aegis. Again, sometimes it's not about who has a better late game composition. Obviously, VG.R fought that, and they fought well. And IG, they chronoed, and it didn't really, like XXS chrono didn't do anything. They need the Mirage to be in the vicinity of that chrono to be useful. And there's no follow-up damage, so back at VG.R, yeah, go. Roshan number 5.
and you don't have to do anything about it. But they're just not in position to get over there quick enough for VG.R. Another Roche. Was it the 5th Roshan this game that had?
Yeah. Number 5.
Yeah.
And they still haven't taken more than a set of Rex. 5 roaches. And I don't know if that's even good or bad at this point, to be honest.
Well, getting Roach doesn't really do anything with VG.R.
No, I mean like the fact they've gotten 5 and they've only killed 1 set of Rex. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's good because you got 5 roaches, but it's bad because you got 5 roaches and you still have an ability to actually break the enemy base outside of lane. And to be honest, the lane they did get, I don't even think they had Aegis at that point. Or did they?
They did.
Okay,
No,
they,
they did.
yeah, they did.
They did. They
had
but they
it
didn't
on
have
them.
cheese.
Yeah.
It was just Aegis. That's it. Yeah. Got Ferrari with his second new Dagon picked up as well, level 3. So he got to up, but of course this is just making sure that he does have that bar go ahead and throw down too much. Cyber Vice had been picked up by
That's a big
FY, and yeah, they can play around. Obviously, the Lincoln Spheres that we've seen on the void, and the Mirana that they've been bringing down onto QD to keep alive. Get that hex down onto the air. You've got a hell of amount of physical damage with that aura out, as we talked about, moving the armor. They can kill this PL if they can get the hex on it.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping somebody on IG buys a Plaza at some point. Maybe the Oracle buys it, maybe XS sells his Vank, or... Nah, he would sell because he can make Abyssal.
Cool. What's this for? What is this for?
Casual point.
Casual booster?
Is
Yeah, to check then, I was like, did I miss the 6.88 ags?
I think it's just casual. Items is not really that great.
No, they're not enough.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not. Is there?
Yeah, there's an Aghanim Sword.
No, there's not.
Isn't there?
No.
Am I crazy?
I think you're crazy, Andy. No, it's Oracle.
I thought it made the Purifier
Oh, there is!
flames, yeah.
You're right, Andy. I'm an idiot.
I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
did they not put the... Am I just like hallucinating?
Yeah.
I was like, sure there was.
What have we been smoking? I have, yes. Of course, yeah, what is it? It's the cooldown, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, 1 second nukes. Yeah, this is legit. Best axe in the game. Let's go.
No, don't.
Dude, they've got an
Don't say
E-blade.
that, dude.
They've got an E-blade. You E-blade someone, they're going to die 3 times.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Imagine how quick you're killing anyone. Oh, wow, okay, that's what Yang has to say. The E. Oh, he's got spidered. They've lost the Oracle, and VG.R starting to beat down onto the racks. Fortification comes out. QD looking to jump forward in defense, but Boca magnifies DDC with a swap out, saving his mate, but DDC could be in trouble. Diffuser charge down. Kelsey looking for a target to lasso. He can't find DDC being chased down by the illusions. Probably lit. He is going to. It comes in to clear out.
I mean, he does have Aegis, though.
That's true. He's fine.
You got a little excited there.
I did.
as a
I was
support.
looking for blood and I would have gotten it. Oh, QD. Hello. Oh, man. Got it. The slow sieges is again successful.
They-
Oh, DDC. I just got kicked there
He's
in the
dead
nutsack.
twice. There's no way that... I don't think it's worth fighting for this. You guys already got the racks just back.
Yeah, let's go. Jumps in here, Bessie. That's the hot tip of Boca. He's down for 80 seconds for Ari. Started up the Spider-Man, looking to jump into the man, but the Chrono comes out on 3XXS. He's all alone. He's got no one. Ferrari's back for the PL dead for 2 minutes. That's not great. That's not
That
damn
Earth Splitter, FY God, please.
Oh, it's all over, I think, Andrew.
That Earth Splitter just destroyed QD. He went from like 70% health to 10.
Hey, Lamar. Oh, come on, we need Ferrari to be saved. They've got to save Ferrari. Oh, no.
I think it's over. They're both dead for like 2 minutes.
It's all over for IG. It really is.
Did so much damage.
Oh.
So I guess that's one of the downsides to building Scotty and Hart is that it makes the Earth Splitter hit everyone really hard because it's percentage based on your HP. So you just get blasted. That was insane. I can't believe that. I can't believe that A, VG.R decided to go back in on that fight, and B, that one. I suppose they did already stop the from QD though, so that's why we're thinking it. All right, let's go. We do the PL, so we pretty much can just go for the next set of racks. Yeah, it was an insane.
Oh, we screwed up.
They were like, nah, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
So truthfully, where that lead kind of peaked is ideally where the lineup wants to just end the game. At the very least.